Hello to all my dear students. We shall discuss in detail ratio analysis. Ratio analysis is a comparison of line items in financial statement of a business. Ratio analysis is also used to evaluate a number of issues within an entity such as liquidity, efficiency of operation and profitability. So one can see here different kinds of ratio can be financial ratio, liquidity ratio, investment ratio, gearing ratio or profitability ratio. The purpose is to identify aspects of business performance to aid decision making. And there are some 5 areas which we have just discussed, namely liquidity. What does liquidity mean? Liquidity means the ability of the firm to pay. Investment and shareholders information means to enable decision making. Gearing ratio means relationship between the exposure of the business to loan. Profitability means how the firm is effectively performing. And financial ratio means the rate at which the company sells its stock and efficiency with which it uses its assets. Let us look at the first type, that is liquidity ratio. So major ratio being acid test ratio and current ratio. Acid test ratio is also called as quick ratio and the formula goes like this: current asset minus stock divided by liability. And usually the best ideal situation will be 1:1. That means my current asset minus stock is of 1 ratio and that is compatible with my liability, that is also 1. Hence, this is an healthy indication of the company. Second, as discussed, is current ratio, and current ratio is nothing but current asset is to current liabilities, and the ideal being 1.5:1. That means the asset I have, the current asset I have in the company is 1.5, whereas my liability is only 1. So if this ratio is too high, it might suggest that too much of the assets are idle. If it is too low, then the risk of not being able to pay is on its way. Let's look at the second type, that is investment or shareholders ratio. They can be earning per share or dividend yield. What is earning per share? It is nothing but profit after tax divided by number of shares. And we can also learn under the shareholders ratio price earning ratio. And what is price earning ratio? Market price divided by earning per share. Higher the better. Comparison with another firms helps to identify each value placed on the market of the business. One can also calculate dividend yield and the formula goes ordinary share dividend divided by market price into 100. Higher the better, as it relates to the return on investment of the share. Next type being gearing ratio, and gearing ratio, for example, loans and versus capital. So the formula goes long-term loans divided by capital employed into 100. That means how much I can pay. The higher the ratio, more the business is exposed to interest rate fluctuations and to having to pay back interest and loans before being able to reinvest in earnings. Next comes profitability ratio. Profitability ratio is with respect to the profit margin, or it can be also in respect to return on capital. Profitability measures look at how much profit the firm generates from sales or from its capital asset. There are 2 different profitability ratio, namely gross profit and net profit. So gross profit ratio, the formula runs gross profit divided by turnover into 100. And this ratio, higher the better, as this enables the firm to assess the impact of its sales and how much it costs to generate those sales. Net profit ratio formula will be net profit divided by turnover into 100. Net profit takes into account the fixed costs involved in production, and the higher the better. Profit, one more ratio can be return on capital employed, ROCE. That is, the formula will be profit divided by capital employed into 100. And these ratios are higher the better. And these ratios show effective the firm is in utilizing its capital to generate profit. The next ratio can be financial ratio. Financial ratio is usually with respect to asset and stock and debtors reconciliation, that is receivable dates, and how effective I am in collecting my funds due. So in the case of asset turnover, the ratio can be sales turnover divided by asset employed. This ratio can be used to generate profit. And stock turnover ratio formula can be cost of goods sold divided by stock, and this is usually expressed in the number of times per year. The rate at which a company's stock is turned over is what shown by this ratio. Is it higher the better? Depending on the type of business, supermarkets might have high stock turnover ratio, whereas a shop selling high value musical instruments might have low stock turnover. Low stock turnover could mean poor customer satisfaction if people are not buying the goods. Debtors days. Debtors days can be calculated by the formula debtors by carrying the formula debtors divided by sales turnover into 365 days. If I calculate the debtors days in number of days, it will be 365 multiplication. If I want the data in weeks, it can be 52 weeks. And if I want in months, it will be 12 months. Hence, this formula can be customized with respect to the analysis required. And this is shorter the better. Why? Because the shorter if the data is, that means you are able to recover the receivables early. It gives a measure of how long it takes the business to recover debts. Thus, dear students, we have observed that today that ratio analysis is a quantitative method of gaining insight into a company's liquidity, operational efficiency, and profitability. Investors and analysts employ ratio analysis to evaluate the financial health of company. Ratios are comparison points for companies. Therefore, I conclude saying that it's a good idea to have ratios and analysis done for each company before we take a call, either as a government or as an investor or as a user. Thank you very much. I shall see you soon. Take care.